Fantastic. Great. Well, thank you. Thank you, Tony, for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome, Peter. Thank you.
Can I start with where you are right now and how cold is it?
Yeah, I'm in Redmond, Washington, which is a suburb of Seattle, and it's about 8 degrees Celsius. So it's about 45, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. So
Whoa,
it's a typical day for this time of year.
great. And the reason why I'm reaching out to you because I've read an article that you posted on the
Yeah.
Subpod Growhub about how you were composting during winter. Can you
Yeah,
explain a little bit more about this project and what you have done here?
yeah, sure. So at night here, it gets down to about, freezing. I think about the average temperature at night's about 1 or 2 degrees Celsius in the winter, and it can get below freezing quite a bit. And we, often get 1 or 2 days of snow each year, and I think last year we had like 18 inches of snow for a week or so. So I wanted to sort of keep my worms nice and comfortable in the winter, and make sure I kept the composting going through the winter. And so what I did was I put some seedling heating mats in, and I'll show you.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Let's have a little explore.
So yeah, all right.
Great garden bed as well. Simple.
Yeah, thank you.
Like that.
All right. So
we've got these seedling mats. What are these seedling mats designed for? What?
Yeah, so they're just for if you're growing, if you're propagating, if you're growing seeds indoors. Nothing, just to heat the seedlings up. And these are about 10 or 20 watts.
Oh,
and
cool.
So they just provide a little bit of heat. They'll raise the temperature in here at about 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, right.
So we'll just take the edge off a little bit. And you can see in here. So my Subpod's been going for about 4 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys...
Oh, wow, they look happy.
Are super happy. These guys love bananas. And they get a lot of bananas, and they started as pretty small little worms in there.
They look fat and like really healthy.
Yeah, they're doing really good. I'm super happy, and I think they really love the heat. As soon as I put the heating in, they just really started thriving in here.
That's awesome. So where is that cord actually? Sorry, you go on.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, where is that cord leading to? What have you?
Yeah, so there's 2 cords coming in here.
Yep.
This one, can you see this one okay?
Yeah, yep, I can see that.
Yeah, so this is a thermometer or a thermocouple. So this measures the temperature down in here.
Okay.
That controls the thermostat. And then in here, this is just the power cord for the seedling mat. And I just drilled a hole in the back of the Subpod myself.
Great.
That's just like a 1 1/4 inch hole that I drilled with a spade bit.
Mm-hmm.
And took 30 seconds to do. That was super simple. And then I just put a little bit of tape behind there to stop soil coming back in. And then, so I did that on both sides.
Yep.
So I've got one on each side there. And if I need to add moisture in here, I just, flip this out of the way and, just pour a bit of moisture in. These things are designed to handle water, so they're okay if they get a bit damp and that.
Yeah, right. That's meant to be. And the size is perfect as well. It just sort of fits in there.
Exactly. And then...
Excellent.
So I didn't want to run them, 24 hours a day. It doesn't really need to be heated all the time. So these heating mats, you can get these thermostat things. So I've programmed the temperature on this to 65 Fahrenheit. So this just comes on at night. If the temperature gets low, it'll just come on at night and keep the temperature at 65 degrees. And that seems to be a pretty good temperature for the worms.
What is that in Celsius? I probably should have checked that.
65 Fahrenheit. So in Celsius, that's about 20 or low 20s, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome, because from my research, the worms start to slow down when it gets to 5 degrees. And of course, anything below that, then they're at risk of dying and freezing. And you're keeping it at 20 Celsius. That's awesome. That's like optimal.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
So,
and then what I need to do is this just sits in a plastic bag to keep the rain off it. This unit's it's weatherproof. It's not really waterproof. Um,
okay.
so that just sits in a plastic bag to keep the rain off it. But I'll do a more permanent, weatherproofing for that
Hmm.
during the winter. And that's really it. These cords, I just buried them under the soil, and they just go into the back of the
Yeah,
subpod there.
that's simple and really
Um,
effective. How cold do you think this would
yeah,
be able? Are you planning to
yeah.
compost during winter, or is it just to keep the worms alive?
No, I'll be composting all winter long. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Have you?
Um, yeah, because we really wanted to keep it going through winter, and we have a pretty big garden here with lots of flowers and that, so we wanted to put the worm casings on the garden and keep it
Mhm.
going.
And what's the coldest temperature you would get there in Seattle? Well,
Um, on a really cold winter night, it might get to -5 or -10.
wow. Okay. And do you think
Yeah,
you'd be able to bring the temperature up to at least 5 degrees to?
yeah, I think so. Oh, yeah. And the soil, down, even if it's -5 outside, down in here, it's still going to be 10 or 20 degrees.
Wow. And
Like
sorry for
10
the
degrees warmer down inside the subpod, I think.
great. And sorry, Tony, because most of them will be
Yeah,
Americans watching this. -5
I
and
know. Yeah, sorry, -5 Celsius. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I keep
no,
switching
no,
between
that's all
Celsius.
right. I do it at my selfish reasons.
Yeah, so a really cold night here would be -5 Celsius.
What's that in Fahrenheit?
Um, that's like 32. That's like 25, I think,
Wow. Okay.
Fahrenheit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're like a
So
computer.
in Seattle, we have pretty mild winters. It's not like the Midwest here where they have
Yeah.
like 0 Fahrenheit and stuff like that. So we're not too bad here.
That's. Is this
But I
your
didn't want to bother with having to
phone?
take the worms out and put them in the garage and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I
Um,
think that's
yeah,
that's a solution if if you don't have something like this, and it's just to keep the worms going until spring. But this seems
that's
really
right.
ideal. And how much did it cost you, Tony?
Yeah, so the whole thing was $55.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and it's only using power when it needs to.
Yep.
It just switches on when the temperature gets below whatever I set the thermostat to. So
Is there any concern with it costing money with the draining electricity?
I don't think so. Our electricity is pretty cheap here. I think it's about, I'd have to check, but I think it's about 14 cents a kilowatt hour.
Hmm.
And I think about 80% of our power is from hydro here.
Wow. Okay.
And then you can buy an offset to get it all from renewable sources here. So,
Wow.
and the total wattage here it's 20 watts.
Okay.
So for those pads, so it's pretty low. And I've got another little thermometer in here. Like,
Oh, yep.
I bought one of these little worm thermometer
Yeah.
just so I can
Yeah.
sort of know and compare and see
Cool.
what it's like in there. Because even when it's really cold outside, I think it stays pretty warm down in the compost.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you have to have a lot of days, I would imagine, of really cold weather before the temperature starts to drop down inside the compost.
Wow, that's
I'm,
really good to
I'm
know.
pretty new to this, so I guess I'll find out this winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you if you had much experience
Yeah.
with other compost systems prior to this.
No, we've got some tumbler composting bins up the back that we've been using for a few years, but they're pretty slow. We don't have a lot of worms in them, and we just rotate those tumblers every now and then. So I'm new to doing the worms, so we'll see how that goes.
Great. That's fantastic, Tony. And so you would recommend that an average Joe, could pull this off quite easy?
Oh yeah, totally. The only tool I needed was this. This is a spade bit.
Right.
And that's what I use to drill the hole in the back of the subpod, just for the power cord.
Fantastic.
For the heating pads.
That's awesome. And then you were just the source of electricity or an extension cord.
Exactly. I've just got an extension cord running out here. Yeah.
Sick. Well, that's great.
Right.
We'll leave a list of the items down there and a
Yeah.
bit of explanation as well for anybody that's
Yeah.
interested. But
Yeah.
that's great, Tony. Thank you so much for showing us today.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
It's just, for one, it's awesome to see you take the initiative to compost during winter, but really just thinking outside of the box here and using your own sort of skills and ideas to improve the system.
Yeah, thank you. And I wanted to share this with the community because I think one of the great things about Subpod is, it really has a thriving community and people sharing their ideas. So
yeah,
I wanted to do the same with all the other people doing it as well.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, will do. Thanks very much, Peter. Bye-bye.